Celtic Myths and Legends by T.W. Rolleston, Chapter 8, Myths and Tales of the Cymry. Wolfram von Eschenbach. In the story as given by Wolfram von Eschenbach, who wrote about the year 1200, some 20 years later than Christine de Troyes, with whose work he was acquainted, we meet with a new and unique conception of the Grail. He says of the knights of the Grail Castle, Sie lebent von einem Stein des Geschlachte ist vil rein, es heiset lapis, exibis, der Stein ist auch genannt der Graal. Maybe I shouldn't have said the E in Geschlacht. They are nourished by a stone of most noble nature. It is called lapis exibis. The stone is also called the Grail. The term lapsit excellis appears to be a corruption for lapis excellis, the stone from heaven. It was originally brought down from heaven by a flight of angels and deposited in Anjou as the worthiest. Isn't there an Anjou sauce or something like that? As the worthiest region for its reception. Its power is sustained by a dove, which every Good Friday comes from heaven and lays on the Grail a consecrated host. It is preserved in the castle of Mont Salvat, getting rumbly in the tumbly for some reason, and guarded by 400 knights, who are all, except their king, vowed to virginity. The king may marry, and is indeed in order to maintain the succession, commanded to do so by the Grail, which conveys its messages to mankind by writing which appears on it, which fades away when deciphered. In the time of Parzival, the king is Enfortas. He cannot die in presence of the Grail, but he suffers from a wound which, because he received it in the cause of worldly pride and in seeking after illicit love, the influence of the Grail cannot heal it. Until the destined deliverer shall break the spell, this Parzival should have done by asking the question, "What aileth thee, uncle?" The French version makes Percival fail in curiosity. Wolfram conceives the failure as one in sympathy. He fails at any rate, and next morning finds the castle empty, and his horse standing ready for him at the gate. As he departs, he is mocked by servitors, who appear at the windows of the towers. After many adventures, which are quite unlike those either in Christine's Conte de Graal or in Peredur, Parzival, who has wedded the maiden, Con Wieder Amur, finds his way back to the Grail Castle, which no one can reach except for those destined and chosen to do so by the Grail itself, breaks the spell, and rules over the Grail dominions. His son, Lohengrin, becomes the Knight of the Swan, who goes abroad righting wrongs, and who, like all the Grail Knights, is forbidden to reveal his name and origin to the outside world. Wolfram tells us that he had the substance of the tale from the Provençal poet Kjot, or Goit, Kjot der Meister Val Bekannt, who in his turn, but this probably is a mere piece of romantic invention, professed to have found it in an Arabic book in Toledo, written by a so-called heathen named Phlegatanis.